This lab shows you how to enter a bill and then pay a bill. Open the working file called landworks_bills_lab. I just want to note that what you see on your computer when using the working file will be different from what I show in the video. Because I created the video and the dates were late 2012 and January 2013, and QuickBooks uses the current date when opening a file, and as a result, many of the bills you see will be overdue. So for this lab, we'll enter a bill and then pay the bill you entered. You can write checks to pay your bills, and another video talked about that. You just need to be aware of a major pitfall. If you have already entered the bill in the Enter Bills window, don't use the Write Checks window to pay the bill. Instead, use the Pay Bills window. Otherwise, even though the checks may have cleared the bank, in QuickBooks, the bills show they are unpaid. So the bill we're going to enter includes two expenses: job materials and equipment rentals. So let's click Enter Bills on the home page. And from the vendor menu, let's choose the Belgian Equipment and Supplies. In the date field, change the date so that it is earlier than today's date. And let's select a week earlier. So for me, that's January 6th. For you, it will be different. So in the reference number, enter the reference number of the vendor's bill. And this one says 10005. It's a good idea to enter the reference number because it can later help you distinguish between this bill and a similar bill from the same vendor. And we won't enter an amount in the Amount Due field. We'll enter the individual expenses, and QuickBooks will calculate the amount due for you. The terms with this vendor offer a discount for early payment. QuickBooks shows when the bill must be paid in order to receive the discount. On the Expenses tab, QuickBooks entered the expense account associated with this vendor. And the first item was for irrigation supplies, and let's enter the amount. $523.77. And part of this bill covered equipment rental, and we should track that separately. So we'll click in the Expenses Account column and choose Equipment Rental. Click in the Amount field and choose the rental amount. Press Tab and QuickBooks updates the amount due. You could pass on the expenses to a customer as a reimbursable expense, but I won't be doing that here. Another video will explain how to do that. And we won't be entering anything in the Items tab. The video on entering bills for inventory explains how to use it. So we just need to click Save and Close. And this is where QuickBooks can come in pretty handy. You have a set credit limit with this vendor, and the current balance is over that amount. But we'll go ahead and click Continue. So now it's 7 days later, and you want to pay the bill you just entered so you can take advantage of the early payment discount. So let's go to the Vendor Center. Click the Transactions tab and choose this month. You should see the bill you entered, and to pay it, double-click it. To pay this bill, click the Pay Bill icon. So in the Pay Bills window, you choose which bills to pay, and you can choose to pay them in full or make a partial payment. This is the bill you entered, and it shows the amount due. And because you're paying before the discount date, there's a discount, and QuickBooks calculates the amount to pay. So we're ready to pay this bill, and the date entered here should be your today's date. And we want to pay by check, and to be printed, and we're ready to pay the bill, so click Pay Selected Bills. Okay, we're done. So click Done in the Payment Summary window. And close the Enter Bills window. And while we're at it, let's close the Vendor Center. Okay, that completes this lab on paying bills.